Hey, I really appreciate the viewer who let me know that my Yeti Nano is working for some reason. I hope that it's working now. If it is working, could you let me know in the chat, please? I'm going to start over. Basically, I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it down a little bit today because what time is it? It's 9:07. But again, Mark Kelly, I own Inbound Revenue, but this podcast Monday through Friday, now at 9:07 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, is the Marketing Can Work YouTube Live, where I talk to you about how marketing is just like the cream in your coffee and it touches everything. It's not just something that you have on the shelf, it's something that is part and parcel of everything you do in your marketing. As always, I've got my notes and I've got lots to say, and I'm going to keep it down to about 7 minutes. So I want to talk to you. Hopefully, you can hear me. Talk to you about the role, your role as a business owner, agency owner in marketing your business. And keep in mind, agencies are businesses. So the advice is exactly the same, whether you own an agency or you own a business. So the role that you have in your business often goes through three phases. If it's a typical business, not if you're a super well-funded startup, that's totally different. But I'm talking about the average business. It starts out with an entrepreneur with a dream who grows the business and eventually becomes successful. So the starting stage is your hands are in everything. This everything you're touching, the invoicing, the work, the clients, et cetera, et cetera. The second stage, you've advanced along a little bit above that. You've achieved some success and you're starting to uh, bring on team members. You're still juggling a lot of responsibility, and eventually you can get up here. You can sit down and run your business from above. You can kick your work boots or your high heels up on your desk and enjoy life. And uh, you know you can manage your team and manage your processes, look at the numbers, do all the things, look for new deals, partnerships, all the things that you're supposed to do as an owner. So one of the problems that I see with people that have started businesses and have an entrepreneurial mindset is and I say, when I say people, I see other people, I see me. We tend to think we can do everything better, or we're going to do the better job because we're very used to being hands on. And frankly, we've got a diverse set of skills, or you couldn't start a business. You don't start a business with the mentality that you go in and here's my job. I do this thing all day long. No, you go in knowing that you got to do a lot of stuff. So you've got a great skill stack, or you think you have a great skill stack across um, a lot of different things that you have to manage, finances and people and everything else. One of the problems is that people that have that mindset often can't shift out of that mindset when they get to the semi-successful or even the successful point. So when you're in the point where you're ready to start hiring people and bringing them on board, you can't have that same startup mindset. You have to be in the I'm I'm in a different role now mindset. And your job when working with your marketing person or your marketing agency or your contractor, you have two jobs really. That is to provide as much clarity upfront as humanly possible. Don't throw 75 ideas, everything that's in your head at them. You provide as much clarity to them upfront about what you want to achieve. And on the back end, you provide feedback on what you see, and you provide it professionally, and you provide it politely. And I say that because type A's sometimes have a difficult time doing that. And if you want to work with anyone, not just your marketing team, you have to, you can be firm, you can be whatever you want, but also on the back end, you have to be reasonable given what you've given the marketing folks to work with, that input that you provided up front, given what the time period, the duration, and the intensity, how much you're paying them and how much you're asking them to do, is going to impact what you get on the back end. So you have to take all those factors into consideration. One of the worst things that an agency, there's two things that an agency doesn't want to work with, I'll just say agency. I'm going to use that term and assume it covers um, contractors, agencies, internal marketing team. The two things that they don't want to work with is a jerk. Nobody wants to work with a jerk. Every agency I know will fire you if you are one. If you mistreat someone's people, your money's not that important. So don't, just as a general rule. For some reason, there is and I've owned under other businesses. There in marketing, there's a much more of an acceptance of just kind of being a jerk to your marketing team. They're trying, they're working hard. They know a lot of stuff you don't know. Be nice. So a jerk is one thing, and then the hands-on entrepreneur, the hands-on business owner is frustrating because you're not supposed to be hands-on because you don't have the knowledge. You're supposed to give the input, monitor the results, provide feedback, and it becomes this virtuous cycle. It's like any other process improvement. You start here, you launch, you take a look at the results, you make adjustments, you do that cycle all over again. That's how you do it with your marketing agency. You might expect certain things in 2 weeks that take 2 months to do. Your budget might mean that it takes 6 months to achieve. You might have to experiment a lot with offers. Does everything that you do work the first time? Did every great idea that you had in your mind, was it always effective? Did it always make money? No, you know it didn't. So it's really important to work collaboratively with your agency as you move up the scale in your business, start to take on more of a 10,000-foot view of your marketing, provide input, provide guidance, look at results, review those results if you choose to with your agency, determine that you trust them. If you do, and if you don't, explain why not, have conversations. But eventually, as you get further and further away, don't take that mindset that you had when you first started your business. It's detrimental to you, and it's detrimental to your people, and it's detrimental to your marketing team. So that's basically my message today. It was fairly simple. The way when you start out, you may be the person doing your Google ads. You may be the person designing your website. But when you start to bring people on, it's essential that you provide guidance, that you are aware of what's being done to the highest degree that you can, and that you look at the results. I'll give you a very clear example of this. The agency that I own just launched some new Google ads for a client to be remain unnamed. And about, let's see, we're about less than 2 weeks in. Had issues with the previous agency, but and wanted to move on. We launched, we're 2 weeks in, and the client request is, we want to run the old ads as well. We want to run yours, but things are slow, so we want to run the old ads simultaneously. Well, because they said it worked before. That's never worked for anyone ever. You simply don't do that. There's no marketer that I know that would say, yeah, let's run two competing campaigns for the exact same keywords. And yeah, let's roll with that company that you just fired because you didn't think they were good. Come on, people. Bad idea. And look at the data. Last month, over the entire month, 6 leads, over $3,000 per lead. The entire month. We just launched 5 leads, $1,000 per lead. So we're literally just getting started. We've increased their lead flow potentially by double in the first month. We've cut their lead cost by 3. Like that is the owner that should get out of the way. Provide the input, look at the results, provide feedback, move forward. So that's the Marketing Can Work live YouTube podcast for today. My notes have been consumed, and I'm going to move on. You move on with your day. Have a great one.